One of the viewers on my channel has commented underneath some of the videos, or at least one of them, you shouldn't be living in a tent, it's not able to be done. I've learned how to actually do 3-season camping. Spring and fall are considered one season, and then winter and summer are considered the other two. That means year-round. Next, the person also commented, you keep looking left and right, it's like you're paranoid. No, I'm anticipating the next person is going to come along and either throw up on me or cackle scream like that person. This has been going on all night, so I'm not even going to edit this time. You'll get to hear it. So, I try to anticipate it, and then I wish I could pause the video so I could get rid of it, but here we go. And I'm not criticizing the person, but they're worried about me. Also, my dental problem has partially fixed itself because just like my wisdom teeth that went ahead and broke like this, the thing that caused the pain today was a sliver of what was part of the tooth. The only thing worse than having a bad tooth is having a tiny piece of it crammed into your jaw, so it's out. I'll probably be okay tomorrow. I still need to get these things pulled. So anyway, here we go. Sandy Hook, Adam Lanza, and an assertion made about it that's supposed to be in inconsistency, and this is promoted by James Tracy on his channel, or excuse me, on his website. The assertion is that there's more than one place that Adam Lanza's body was. Now, instead of just assuming this is poor or complete shit reporting on different news and television channels' part of them jumping the gun and reporting things before they had all the data, and instead of actually acknowledging that that was what it was, and they put their corrections at the bottom of the top of the pages, what James Tracy did is point to these pages as a way to prove that there's something inconsistent instead of simply people getting things wrong. Now the thing is, it really doesn't matter where Adam Lanza's body was found. I'm sure that if I had found him, I would be kicking him. I'm not a professional person when it comes to mass murderers. Neither are you. So anyway, here's a typical example of one of the newspaper reports that was AP'd, Associated Press. The black-clad killer at the end of a long hallway argued with someone before opening fire on staff members and children just after 9:30 a.m., focusing his gunfire on 2 rooms with children huddled in closets and corners and the same hallway. The word hallway is repeated. Later on in the same hall, or could be anywhere, police spotted him, and as he spotted them, he then ducked into a room, and that's where they found his body after he shot himself. They didn't enter the room immediately, and that's why they found it later. No, he wasn't found dead in the hallway, according to any report I could find, except the following. These are reports. The oldest one I could find, and there's going to be others that are even older, I'm sure, will be said first. Let's see if I can get these organized correctly, because, I mean, this was a pain in the ass to look up. You'd have to type in hallway, body, Adam Lanza, and the name of the person who's supposed to have said these things. He didn't. 2012, December 14th, CNN's Ernie Burnett Outfront show transcript said Ashley Banfield was hosting instead of him, and that person said some guy Tom Foreman, CNN correspondent, said that a witness said that authorities said all of the shooting happened really in a relatively short period of time, and they say the gunman did not roam around but generally stayed in just 2 rooms and a hallway right up there, right up here, pointing down at the ground probably. That, in fact, is where they ultimately found him. It's not specifying the hallway or the room. It's saying could be either. But this is a person talking off the cuff instead of getting shit straight in their head. Or just saying, where was the body found? We don't know. I don't know is the hardest thing on earth for someone to say sometimes. I say it all of the time. I don't make assertions unless I can back them up by something. And this was, again, December 14th. December 16th, same year, not the current year. Connecticut State Police spokesman, this is the one who's being misquoted, Lieutenant J. Paul Vance, Someone used a short version of his name to make this harder to look up on purpose. Unslaver did, because he's a lying little shit. The shooting scene was limited to 2 classrooms and a hallway. Well, mostly, yeah. Vance warned that a number of social media hoaxes have been created, purporting to represent the shooter's views or mimic the crime scene. The creators of those hoaxes, this is only on the 16th, may be criminally prosecuted. That made him the enemy of every fake truther in the world. Everybody who is immediately spin doctoring this for political value, not the liberals, the conspiracy theorists, usually conservatives, definitely conspiracy theorists and hoaxers. On the 16th, he was warning them, don't lie about this, we'll prosecute you. And he did. And that made him enemy. So what do you do to somebody you don't like? You misquote him and make him the source of your lies. Later on, at 5 a.m. on the 20th of the same month, Hartford Courant Matthew Kaufman said, the state police source said, Adam Lanza, 20, was found dead in a hallway of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That was on a website called the Hartford Courant. And that's not where he was found, apparently. So now that people have to hover and get automatically louder because that's how people communicate when they're blasted drunk and should have their driver's license taken from them and be made to do community service just for being annoying. I'm not being paranoid looking left or right. I'm literally trying to avoid these assholes. I can't do it. Too many drunks this week. Later on the 29th, 11 a.m., a Fox 59 website user decided to post this. His name is Daniel. And Daniel said the following. Not the police spokesman again. Daniel said, upon entering the school, police found the bodies of 26 victims in the first 3 classrooms, okay, off the main hallway, and the deceased body of the shooter. Doesn't specify hallway. Even this guy got it probably right, who police said had taken his own life. Links below in the description and with archives. The person quoted is not Spokesman P Vance. Why would you eliminate part of his name? It's Lieutenant J. Paul Vance. And what is your source? Well, it's actually James Tracy, who keeps misquoting these. He specifically misquoted the current posting that, let me see here. Let me see if I can find it again. Matthew Kaufman, who made that assertion on the 20th. That's the only one who actually said that flat out that way to where it was unequivocal. And you know what? He was wrong. Because no other source before that date actually said that. Really, except for one guy, a user on a website. Or something, right? How many can you find? Again, you type in, this is how you double check this sort of stuff. And you select from 2012. You know, 2 days beforehand for fun. Because maybe the pages are mismarked. You look up, again, Adam Lanza, hallway, you have to put them in quotes or it won't do it, and you have to type in Paul Vance. That's the name. It's not P Vance, it's Paul Vance. James Tracy's website not quoting things correctly isn't evidence, except that he doesn't double check to see if they posted later on, oh, we made a mistake when we posted this article. It doesn't help that the Hartford Courant won't let you archive it unless you go look for an archive.org copy. It doesn't help that they go out of their way to make sure that you can't actually make a backup copy of it. They want to sell their web page for usage. So anyway, and yes, a Fox user, Daniel, a Fox user, even he got it mostly right. So no, police spokesman Lieutenant J. Paul Vance, if you're going to say that he said something, provide a link. The only thing it said is, he told every one of you lying little shits about all you Sandy Hook truthers that he was going to prosecute you for lying. And you got mad, so now you deliberately misquote him to get under his nerves. Because that's what you do. That's why you post this shit, is to poke at people. You're trying to get this reaction you're seeing on camera now. Because you don't have a life. You're ineffectual, impotent, dickless wonders. Now we'll go on to the next comment. But I have to say this, the person's claims. He didn't say he was at the school at the time. I couldn't find that anywhere. He didn't say that he saw the shooter's body located in the hallway. Couldn't find that either. And someone says, download and study the official report that says it happened inside classroom 10. Okay. I'm not even going to try to check on that, because the way you posted this, the fact that you sandbagged it, and the fact that you're doing this to just annoy people who debunk you. An Enslaver is a channel that's been on for a while, and he is a notorious troll. That's it. And a disinfo agent. There are legitimately some questions I would have about the Sandy Hook shooting, especially the final report. I don't like that any of the information was placed under secret status, but they were trying to protect the families and children, because, I'm not kidding, within hours of this happening, everybody, including Alex Jones, said, it's a false flag, let's go mess with people. Now, the police officer even had to address it. There's a bunch of people putting up misinformation on the net, and we will prosecute. And that made him your enemy, because he will literally prosecute you. Anyway, if there are mountains of inconsistencies in the report, why don't you just link to it? And if you're claiming someone moved the body and or someone is lying, the only person who could be lying would be James Tracy, because he's misquoting things or refusing to post the updates where people found out that they had posted the story wrong. Lots of misinformation comes out in the first few hours, and one of them was CNN, because of not being completely crystal clear. So this is the reason that you don't do this sort of thing and then try to justify it by coming to my channel and posting this stuff. So now we have hover hollers. Okay, now the next one. Here we go again. Can you just repeat for me everything you have ever done on the subject of debunking? And when you finish, I'll ask you to go over it again, as I think you will find it interesting the 27th time around. It's almost as if there was another motive behind the claims that someone did, or more specifically, some other group very specifically, did something bad on that day. I'm making this generic for a reason. The other thing people accuse me of being paranoid about is they'll whip out a cell phone and look at me like that, because they're trying to intimidate me into leaving the block, because I'm doing a video on a chunk of dirt here that's going to be a mall. No, I'm not kidding. We have way too much of that busybody shit going on right now. If you're going to be passive-aggressive, I'm going to use taser and mace. Anyway, next. Most people can't distinguish the difference between a country and the people in it. Not all the people in a country are part of that population you claim they are. Thank you very much for that. So you can read the comment below. I censored out certain words because I don't want YouTube's algorithm getting mad at me. I do thank all of you for your commentary, and I really love this person making a gigantic blunder of posting an assertion without any link of any kind, and deliberately misnaming the person he said it. And again, if one person said something and it was wrong, that doesn't make a conspiracy. That just means one person made a mistake. And in this case, you got CNN, the Connecticut State Police Department did not make a mistake. You got CNN making a mistake. You got the Hartford Courant, Matthew Kaufman, making a mistake and retracting it later, most likely. And you got Fox user Daniel not making the mistake. And then you got you showing up, repeating the mistakes done by James Tracy. And people wonder why you're laughed at. If you were presenting this as a court case, you would be told, either get your story straight or stop critiquing everyone else's. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.